Welcome. I have cleansed the space as well as cleansing my own energy so that I can read this message without bias. Today's reading is going to be for the sign of Gemini. Now, Gemini, I am an intuitive reader. If this is a cross-watchers read, feel free to watch. Apply the rules as necessary. I will be pulling from the Everyday Tarot deck. I am very connected to this deck. I've been working with it for the past, I'd say almost 2 years. I will also be using the African Goddess Rising deck, as well as the Chakra Wisdoms cards, the Archangel Oracle cards, and I have some Crystal Activation cards, along with the deck that I wrote out myself. Now I'll be pulling from these decks as well as I am called to by Spirit. I may not use all the decks, and I may only use one or two or three. We'll see. Okay, Gemini, let's see what comes out for you. Bear with me while I shuffle. I have never been a great shuffler. But we're getting there. Gemini. Okay. Gemini. The way these came out. Gemini. So the first card out for you, Gemini, is a Two of Swords, okay? Very classic to your sign, okay? And just looking at the spread, I see several synchronicities. We have the Two of Swords, the Devil, which displays two lovers. I think of Gemini when I see this card, even though this is the Devil and it represents Capricorn. The two people on it remind me of Gemini. So Two of Swords makes me feel as though when it comes to emotions, Gemini, your emotions run deep. And you're very protective about who you share your emotions with. You're always teeter-tottering on whether you should or shouldn't share yourself with people. So at this time, you're very guarded. You're guarded as to who you can trust. And this is not just in love. This is just in life. In my opinion, this is the survival mode card. If you look at the illustration, this depicts a person who feels as though they can't trust anyone. They've had to rely on themselves, and they're always on guard and ready to slash someone with their mouth, their words, with their actions. So that's what you're coming out of. Three of Pentacles. You're rebuilding. You're building your foundation. You're in a period of rebirth, rebuilding. So coming out of this feeling of survival mode, you want to make sure that you have the security and you're doing the work to do so. At a very slow but steady pace, you're building your foundation. Now here with the devil in reverse, I see you coming out of a period of having bad habits. Now these bad habits could be people, these bad habits could be actual bad habits as far as drinking, smoking, too often. Because everything in moderation is great, you know, but when you're doing things too much, they can become a problem, right? So this card tells me that you're just beginning to walk away from that. You're walking away from those bad habits, those bad people, those desires that left you empty inside, those encounters that left you empty inside. And here we are with the Hierophant. The Hierophant to me represents marriage. It represents the institution of marriage. It represents a person with morals, a person who believes in monogamy, a person who's traditional. And if you look at the Hierophant card, there are also two people displayed here as well as two keys. So we have twos all throughout your reading. We have two men depicted here. So Gemini, your task, Gemini, is coming out of two minds. Coming out of two minds and standing firm in what you want and what you believe. And I think you're coming into this place now because the Hierophant represents that. And lastly, we have the Empress. So the Empress card can mean a lot of different things, but in this spread, I believe you are giving birth to a new version of yourself. If you weren't in touch with your feminine side, if I'm speaking with a masculine and you weren't in touch with your feminine side, you're beginning to become in touch with your feminine side. If I'm speaking with a feminine, you are further delving into your femininity. You are delving into the fact of what you want, what you deserve. Okay, you have rebirthed your standards. You've rebirthed what you want in relationship, what you want from love, and you're accepting nothing less. Any more messages for Gemini? Your homework for the week, Gemini. Cream always rises to the top. Now, Gemini, I have an intuitive message for you, okay? A lot of the time when I ask people their zodiac sign and they say Gemini, it comes with a cringe of, oh, I know I have a bad zodiac sign, or, ooh, I'm a Gemini. Gemini, I want you to disregard any of that and know that you yourself encompass the best and the worst, okay? Cream always rises to the top. You are a very dynamic, intriguing, intelligent, vocal sign, okay? People confuse your intelligence and your ability to intrigue people with flakiness or player energy, but you're just a very dynamic individual, Gemini. And if your biggest job, because you have so much powerful energy within you, Your job is to decide what you want, decide where you want to be, and get there. Trust. Being in two minds will not serve you, because your two minds usually say completely opposite things. That's your burden in life, Gemini, is that you literally have the angel and the devil on your shoulder. And both are necessary in different situations. You know what those situations are, Gemini. If you choose to do what's right, and by what's right, I mean what's right for you. And to clarify, what's right means as long as you're not hurting anyone, right? Do whatever you want. Because cream always rises to the top. You don't have to do much, Gemini. Any other messages for Gemini? I'm going to pull a chakra card for you, Gemini. Wow, that was easy. We got 2. So we're working with the third eye and the crown chakra, Gemini. So off the top, before I read this, whenever you're unsure about what decision to make, whenever you're unsure about which voice you should listen to, ask for guidance, because your 6th and 7th chakras are unbalanced, okay? Now, 6th chakra says, third eye chakra means inner knowing. I trust my inner knowing. I am at peace with myself. I create more moments of stillness and silence, and I listen for the truth. We can't make this up. Before I read that, that's exactly what it said. I am open to connecting with and listening to my gut and my heart's feelings. I don't override them with my mind's logic. Listen, Gemini. Big deal. Heart over head for you. Big time. I practice meditation, prayer, and contemplation. 7th chakra, crown chakra, spiritual awareness. When my mind sways negatively, I remind myself of love, truth, gratitude, and spirit. I am the observer of my thoughts, and I do not let them bring me down. I remind myself to have gratitude and acceptance for what is, and to have the courage of my convictions. I continually pursue a cleaner understanding of spiritual truths behind all that is and all that is unfolding. I ask myself, is what I'm thinking the truth? And is it having a positive or negative impact on my life? Wow. So, Gemini, these are major lessons for you this week. And it's crazy that I said that, and that's exactly what was on the card. You are the ruler of thinking and thought. Okay? So I'm not surprised that the 6th and 7th chakras for you are unbalanced. Slow down. Listen to your inner knowing. Okay? And follow your heart over your head. Gemini, I thank you for being here with me for this reading, and I wish you love and light.